Hello, my name is Minesweeper McGee, also known as Minesweeper in VrChat, and what I want to show today is called Putt-Putt Pond by Ostinho. Now, this world doesn't really need any introduction. It's super popular. A ton of people have gone here, but I don't really want to avoid showing popular things or unpopular things or whatever. I'm just showing what I think are good worlds. So this is actually a leaderboard for the putt-putt courses. But first I should read this welcome sign. Actually, these are all things that I'm going to show later. So here's just a special thanks to the Patreons. You can support them on patreon.com/Ostinho. There's credits for people who did support, testing, and voicing. These are different world settings and soundtracks. I'm just going to leave it on the regular. The Putt-Putt Quest is now open. I'm guessing that means it's ready or available on Quest as well. There's two courses. I'm not actually going to go through them. I'm just going to show off how it works a little bit, and then I will just show off how the courses are. I might do a separate video on just completing the course. That's not a regular video. Here's a food and drink stand where you can get sandwiches and then immediately throw them. Here's a Discord link for the Putt-Putt course and the Twitter of @Ostinho. This does work on desktop. Initially, let me see if I can show properly how it would look. Initially, there was no desktop function. You would just try to whack it, and it never worked. It was very, there was no power, so it was really not great. But how it works on desktop is you walk up to it and it will immediately point to the direction that you're walking from. E moves it right, Q moves it left, up increases the power, and down decreases the power, and then clicking just immediately does it with whatever power and direction you were going for. Let's see if I can get this properly. Oh, I'm not very good. Probably should have been practicing, but I'm just not very good at this, so it's okay. The power is finicky.
Nice pond.
So there's a scoreboard, there's 18 holes. It will tell you if you got a par, birdie, eagle, hole-in-one, or it says nothing if anything else happens. So I'm not actually going to play it because that would make this video way too long. I'm just going to show off all these courses. This is hole 2. Pretty simple. Hole 3. If you get it in there, I don't think it goes right in, but it gets close to the hole. Otherwise you have to go around. I should also say that this world looks really nice and everything fits together really well. You can't crawl under these. They're just a wall, basically. That's the end of hole 4. This is hole 5. You can either go around or go through the loop. And some of the holes have a slope on them, which makes it easier to get it into the hole. Some people say that that's not good, because it's weird, because there's been actual tournaments for this. So, for example, this hole. Let's say if you get it in here, which is kind of specific, but if you practice enough, you can do it pretty accurately. It'll go right in the hole. But if you miss and you go over here, you're gonna have to come up this ramp over here. It could be 3 or 4 shots compared to this one if you get it in there. So it's weird. It's fun, but it's weird for tournament. Hole 7, you get them into these and they go up like a ski slope. It drops them off up here. And then you continue over there. Hole 8, you make this humongous jump over this river. When I was saying earlier, before there were desktop controls, you couldn't get any power. This hole was basically impossible if you weren't in VR. But now desktop has a huge advantage, because you can make your shots really specific power and really specific where they're going. I remember I got it in one shot when I was playing before there were desktop controls. I did it once, I was so proud. Otherwise, I probably got like 8 or 9 on every hole. This one, if you get it in this one, it's a hole-in-one. Otherwise, you have to go all the way around here. Now this one is the weirdest for tournament play. This is actually random. So it goes through in here, and then it goes to the left, the middle, or the right. If it goes in the middle, it's a hole-in-one. If it goes in the others, it isn't. That's basically it. Middle's a hole-in-one, left and right is you have to go around. So this one is interesting. You have to get it into this. So you have to ramp off of this one. If you don't and it's down, it'll probably just bounce around, not make it into there, and it will come back up very slowly. You'll just have to wait for it. Or you can respawn it. Oh, another thing I should probably point out is that you can skip to any hole, but it will give you 9 strokes for every prior hole, which is the max amount. Oh, when it gets into there, it goes over here, and you have to hit it in. This one is, middle is hole-in-one, right is there, left is there. So it's sort of a gamble. If you can jump this one into there, it's a hole-in-one. If you don't, then you really have to go around. This is one that you definitely want to get a hole-in-one in. Oh yeah, so this is where we were earlier. This is hole 17 over here, and arguably the most difficult hole on this course. You have to do 3 left turns, all uphill, and this, if you hit this, your ball will bounce back and it's fine, but if you miss it and go back, you're just having to restart. And this one, you just try and jump it and get it into the middle as close as you can. And this is sort of the rankings, 64 and less is Putt-Putt Pro. It doesn't really differentiate between desktop and VR though. This is a naval battle, and it actually does work. You can move your ship around. It's a little difficult. I guess in real life, moving ships around is not very easy. But if you get it right next to an enemy ship, you can fire left, and it actually does work. So you can eventually you can eventually take down the ships. Presumably they would be running away. I wonder how many hits it takes. I only ever did this once. Am I too far away? Oh no, there we go. So it takes quite a few hits, but there you can see it's on fire and eventually it will sink. On to the next course. Let's see. VRCon Putt-Putt Tournament. Desktop winner. VRCon Putt-Putt Tournament VR winner. So these are, I'm guessing these are for this course? Or is this in total? But yeah, there was a tournament at one point, and I guess Fred and the Big Tipper were the winners for desktop and VR. Probably the most basic hole. Just straight in. Another basic one, a classic. This one is a hole in one if you get in there, or you have to go around. I would recommend just getting like close to here, and then it's easy to get in there. I used to practice to get good. This is, you go right in there, or it comes out either of these sides if you hit the fan. This one is sort of random. You go in here and it slopes around, and then you just hope it gets in hole in one. Or it's either a hole in one or hole in two usually. Get in there, and there is a cannon, sort of, that will let it down, and if you want to get it in the middle, it'll be a hole in one, or you have to hit it in a couple more shots. This one, you're hitting it, you wait for this to be down, and then you wait for it to come up very slowly, and then you hope that it gets a hole in one, and I've never had that happen. This one, you want to get it in the middle, and it will probably be a hole in one. If you get it over there, it'll be around there a little too far. Hopefully you can shoot it in properly. And this one, it'll put it like right here. Probably the worst spot to be in. Through the barrels, one turn. I don't know which, I'm gonna guess this side is a bit easier, it seems so far. 2 ramps, 1 jump over the course, and then it'll just go straight in. I think VrPill said that this was the best VR golf, putt-putt golf game, period. And I've never played anymore, but it is very well done, so I don't know if that was like a stretch to sell it to get more people in here. This one's pretty simple, go around. There is a new putt-putt golf map by Ostinio that came out, I don't know how long ago, but it has 1 course in it. This one is random. If you get in the middle, it's all in one, left or right. It goes on either side, and it's just plinko. This is sort of a risk reward. If you go on the left, but you go too fast, you'll go down there. Although if you go on the right, it puts you in the same spot. So really, I think you should always try for the left, because they're gonna put you in the same spot anyway. And if you just get like right here and go light, it should be pretty easy. This one is a ramp, it launches you, it's random. If it gets in the middle, it should be a hole in one. If it gets in the left and the right, it should just be 1 more shot. So this one's kind of weird, and I've never been able to get a proper strategy for it. You're gonna put it down here, it's gonna go in here, it'll go down here, it'll go in here, and it'll go down here, and it'll stop about here, probably. And it would seems like you're supposed to putt through here, but I just don't think that's possible. The timing is way too specific, unless you're supposed to like putt it to right here, and then shoot for it, but still, that's such a short timing window. I always have gone just into the right, and it'll put you about right here, and you putt it, and you hope you get it in here, because there's a giant slope. Another cool thing is this map doesn't have boundaries. I'll just say real quick, you can just run around in the grass and the out of bounds areas if you want to. I guess I'll get on my soapbox. You should never have invisible walls. It's just so lame. Put up a physical barrier if you would like to, but invisible walls. Even if the physical barrier is just hiding invisible walls. Invisible walls is so lame. And I appreciate when I can just run around the world. Like, it's fine if you don't want me to go to places that aren't finished, but if you have places that could be cool, there's no harm in me going around to them, I would think. I mean, obviously I could be wrong, it's just a player and not a developer. This one goes splits left or right randomly, and you just have to shoot it over here, shoot it in there. It's weird how many, like the juxtaposition of you do this to get a hole-in-one versus holes that are clearly like a 4-shot minimum. But this one, you're gonna go over here. You can take the left or right path. The right path is riskier, but it's more direct. And this is skee ball. You shoot it in. I think that's hole-in-one, eagle, birdie, and let's see. Hole-in-one, birdie, par, and bogey. Okay. And that's it. But there's... Oh, so this one is definitely easier, because the other one was 64 for the Putt-Putt Pro, and this one is 49 or less for Putt-Putt Pro. So this is the easy course, and that's the difficult course. I'm going to guess the tournament was done on that course, the difficult one. So this is actually the current scoreboard for the world. You can see that I crashed and reloaded. That's why I don't have a score on there right now, or you would see me with like 2 or 3, I think it was 3, on that one hole in the Waterfall Ridge, or the Hilltop Meadows, or whatever. Alright, that was Putt-Putt Pond by Ostinio. Thank you.